As the first light of this new day touches the edges of the world, I feel a deep sense of gratitude that you have found your way to this quiet space. We walk paths that are often steep and shadowed, but finding one another in prayer makes the journey feel a little less lonely. If your soul finds a moment of rest here, I invite you to become a lasting part of our family at Miracle Prayer Studio by subscribing. Your presence is a blessing, and together we can hold up the light for one another through every season of life. The weight of loss often feels like an anchor that we didn't ask to carry, pulling us down into depths where the air feels thin and the light seems far away. When we lose someone or something that defined our world, the very fabric of our reality feels torn, leaving us shivering in the cold of an unfamiliar silence. We look around at a world that continues to move, to laugh, and to breathe, and we wonder how the sun can still rise when our own inner landscape has been so utterly changed. It is a profoundly human experience to feel this ache, a testament to the depth of the love we are capable of holding. We are not meant to navigate these valleys alone, nor are we expected to simply get over the things that have shaped our souls. Faith doesn't promise that the valley won't be dark, but it does promise that we won't walk through it without a guide who knows the way of suffering better than anyone. Our shared humanity is perhaps most visible in our tears, for they speak a language that transcends words and cultures. We often try to hide our grief, fearing it makes us look weak or that it will overwhelm those around us. But there is a sacredness in the mourning process that we must learn to honor. When we allow ourselves to feel the full gravity of our sorrow, we are actually honoring the value of what was lost. We are acknowledging that love is real, that life is precious, and that every soul leaves an indelible mark on the world. This morning, as we sit together in the stillness, let us remember that our fragility is not a flaw. It is the place where God's strength finds its most perfect home. We are like clay vessels that have been cracked, but instead of discarding us, the divine potter uses those very cracks to pour in a light that a perfect, unbroken vessel could never reveal. In Psalm 34:18, we find a promise that feels like a warm embrace during our coldest nights, where we are gently reminded that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. This beautiful assurance serves as an anchor for the soul when the storms of life threaten to sweep us away into despair. It tells us that our pain does not distance us from God, but rather acts as a magnet for His mercy. When our hearts are in pieces, He is not watching from a great height, indifferent to our struggle. He is right there in the dust with us, gathering every fragment with infinite tenderness and love. This verse invites us to stop trying to be strong enough on our own and to lean into the closeness of a Father who specializes in restoration. My King, I come before you in the quiet of this morning, bringing only the fragments of a heart that feels far too heavy for my own strength to lift. I hear your promise in the Scriptures, and I cling to it like a lifeline in a turbulent sea. You say you are close to the brokenhearted, and today I truly need to feel that closeness. I do not come with eloquent words or a clear mind. I come with a spirit that feels crushed under the weight of why and how. I ask that you would settle over my soul like the morning mist, cooling the heat of my grief and calming the frantic beating of my heart. I open every door and window of my being to you, inviting your spirit to move through the empty spaces and the quiet rooms of my life where the silence feels the loudest. Jesus, I recognize that my pain is not a barrier between us, but an invitation for your presence to dwell within me in a way I have never known before. I have often tried to present a perfect face to the world, trying to convince myself and others that I am okay. But here in the sanctuary of this prayer, I lay down the mask. I am not okay, Lord, and I trust that you are perfectly at peace with my sorrow. I remember the words of Henry Nouwen, who said, "The friend who can be silent with us in a moment of despair or confusion, who can stay with us in an hour of grief and bereavement, who can tolerate not knowing, that is a friend who cares." You are that friend to me, my dear Lord. You do not demand that I stop crying or that I find a silver lining. You simply sit with me in the dark, and for that, I am more grateful than words can ever express. Father in heaven, I offer you this entire day with all its challenges and its quiet moments of remembrance. I place the next few hours into your hands, knowing that I do not have the energy to navigate them by my own will. I entrust to you the tasks I must complete, the people I must speak to, and the decisions I must make. Please go before me in every moment, smoothing the path where it is rough and providing a lamp for my feet when the way ahead seems obscured by the shadows of my mourning. I offer you the sudden waves of sadness that I know will come, asking that when they wash over me, they would not pull me under, but instead wash me closer to your feet. I surrender my need to understand the timing of your providence and choose instead to trust in your goodness. My dear Lord, I give you my physical body today, which feels weary and drained by the toll that grief takes on the flesh. I ask for the grace to move through this day with a sense of your rhythm rather than the frantic pace of the world. I offer you my mind, which is so easily distracted by memories and the echoing voices of the past. Please guard my thoughts, Father, and keep them centered on your peace. I offer you my will, which feels frail and indecisive. Lead me by the hand, just as a father leads a small child, and show me the next small step I need to take. I do not ask to see the end of the journey or the top of the mountain. I only ask for enough light to see where to place my foot right now, trusting that you are already standing in the future, waiting for me with open arms. Jesus, I thank you for the breath in my lungs, even when that breath feels like a sigh. Thank you for the gift of life that continues to flow through me, reminding me that you still have a purpose for my days. I am so grateful for the memory of what I have lost, for the love that remains even when the person or the situation is gone. I thank you for the beauty of the years or the moments I was allowed to possess, recognizing that every good and perfect gift comes from your hand. I thank you for the friends who have reached out, for the family members who have stayed close, and for the strangers who have shown unexpected kindness. Each of these is a small ray of your light, shining through the clouds of my sorrow, and I do not want to let them pass without acknowledging your hand in them. Father, I ask for your forgiveness for the times I have allowed my grief to turn into a wall that shuts you out. I am sorry for the moments of anger where I have questioned your love or your wisdom, forgetting that you see the whole tapestry while I see only the tangled threads on the back. Forgive me for the ways I have been impatient with myself, demanding that I heal faster than my soul is ready to. I ask for your mercy for the times I have looked at others with envy, begrudging them their joy because I could not find my own. Please cleanse my heart of any bitterness that has tried to take root in the soil of my pain. I want my heart to remain soft and receptive to you, even when it is breaking, so that your grace can continue to flow through me to others who are hurting. My King, I pray for the strength that only comes from your Holy Spirit. The world tells me to be strong, but I know that true strength is found in admitting my weakness and relying entirely on you. I ask for a quiet, steady endurance that will carry me through the difficult hours of this afternoon and evening. When the house feels too quiet or the chair feels too empty, please fill that space with a sense of your tangible presence. I pray for my family, asking that you would be the healer of our shared wounds. Grief can sometimes pull people apart, but I ask that in your mercy, it would draw us closer together. Help us to be patient with one another's different ways of mourning, and give us the words to comfort each other without being trite or hollow. Father, I lift up my children to you, asking for your special protection over their hearts. They look to the adults in their lives for stability, and I feel so incapable of providing that right now. Please be their ultimate stability, the rock that never moves. Wrap them in your peace and help them to process their feelings in a way that leads to growth and deeper faith. I pray for my work and my responsibilities, asking that you would provide the focus and the diligence I need to fulfill my duties. Even when my heart is elsewhere, help me to serve others with a spirit of excellence, knowing that in serving them, I am serving you. Grant me the wisdom to know when I need to rest, and the courage to say no to the things that would overwhelm my fragile spirit today. My dear Lord, I intercede now for those who are waking up to their very first morning of loss today. My heart breaks for them, knowing the sharp, searing pain of that first realization that everything has changed. Please be exceptionally close to them in this hour. Send your angels to minister to them and bring people into their lives who will provide the practical and emotional support they need. I pray for those who are grieving in secret, those who feel they have no right to their sorrow or who have no one to share it with. May they feel your hand on their shoulder right now, letting them know that you see their tears and that their pain matters to you. You are the God of all comfort, and I ask that you would pour that comfort out in abundance upon every lonely soul today. Jesus, I pray for the repose of the souls of our loved ones who have gone before us. We trust them into your infinite mercy, believing in the promise of the resurrection and the hope of eternal life. As we wait for the day when every tear will be wiped away and there will be no more death or mourning, help us to live in a way that honors their legacy. Help us to take the love they gave us and multiply it in the odd world so that their influence continues to bear fruit long after they have left our sight. We hold on to the hope that we are not saying goodbye, but only until we meet again in the light of your glory. Until that day, keep our eyes fixed on the horizon of your promises, where the sun never sets and the peace never ends. Father in heaven, I ask for the gift of a renewed perspective as I step into the tasks of this day. It is so easy to become nearsighted when we are in pain, seeing only our own struggle and the immediate obstacles in front of us. I ask that you would lift my gaze, helping me to see the broader landscape of your kingdom. Remind me that this life is a journey, a temporary dwelling place, and that the sorrows of this present time are preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison. Give me the grace to see the small miracles that are still happening all around me, the beauty of a flower, the sound of a bird's song, the warmth of a cup of tea. These are not distractions from my grief, but small whispers of your constant care, inviting me to trust that you are still providing for me. My King, I surrender my future to you, especially the parts of it that now look so different than I had imagined. I had plans and dreams that involve things that are no longer here, and the blank spaces in my calendar feel frightening. I give you those empty spots and ask that you would fill them in your own time and in your own way. I do not need to know what next month or next year looks like. I only need to know that you are already there preparing the way for me. I trust that your plans for me are still plans for a future and a hope, even if the path to that future leads through a valley of shadows. Help me to be still and know that you are God, and that your sovereignty is never more active than when I feel the most out of control. Jesus, I pray for a healing of my memories. Sometimes the past feels like a minefield where every thought brings a new burst of pain. I ask that you would go through my mind and heal the memories that are tied to trauma, regret, or unresolved conflict. Replace the "I should have" and "I wish I hadn't" with a deep sense of your forgiveness and the assurance that your grace covers all our human failings. Allow me to remember the joy without the sting of the loss becoming unbearable. I want to be able to look back with a smile of gratitude rather than a wince of pain. Work in the deep, hidden places of my subconscious as I sleep and as I go about my day, bringing order to the chaos and light to the dark corners where fear likes to hide. Father, I ask for the grace to be a vessel of your peace to those I encounter today. Even in my mourning, let me not become so self-absorbed that I fail to see the needs of others. Give me a heart that is sensitive to the hidden hurts of the people I work with, the neighbors I pass, and the friends I talk to. Use my own experience of sorrow to make me a more compassionate listener and a more gentle companion. If there is someone today who needs a word of encouragement or a simple gesture of kindness, please nudge me to be the one to provide it. Let your love flow through my brokenness, showing the world that your light is not extinguished by the darkness of grief, but rather shines more clearly through it. My dear Lord, as I prepare to end this first part of my morning conversation with you, I feel a sense of quiet settling over my spirit. The pain hasn't vanished, but the loneliness of it has begun to lift. I know that you are standing here with me, and that is enough. I take a deep breath of your peace, letting it fill my lungs and steady my nerves. I am ready to face the next hour because I am not facing it alone. You are my shepherd, and I shall not want for comfort, for guidance, or for strength. I place my hand in yours and prepare to walk out into the day, trusting that your goodness and mercy will follow me every step of the way. Jesus, I widen the circle of my heart this morning to include everyone who is waking up to a world that feels emptier than it did yesterday. I know that I am not the only one carrying a heavy spirit, and I ask that you would pour out a special measure of your grace upon every person who feels isolated in their mourning. I intercede for those who have no one to sit with them in their silence, for those who must hide their tears to remain strong for others, and for those whose grief is compounded by loneliness or regret. Please be the companion that walks beside them, the silent listener to their unspoken cries, and the steady hand that prevents them from slipping into the depths of despair. I ask that you would bring across their paths people who offer genuine comfort rather than empty platitudes, and who know how to simply be present without needing to fix what is broken. My King, I lift up my home and my family to your protective care, asking that you would be the architect of our healing. Grief often acts like a shadow that stretches across our relationships, sometimes making us irritable, distant, or misunderstood by those we love most. I ask that you would soften our edges and give us a supernatural patience with one another as we navigate our different ways of hurting. I pray specifically for the children in our lives whose understanding of loss is so fragile and pure. Please shield their hearts from lasting trauma and help them to find in you a Father who never leaves and a King whose kingdom is built on an everlasting love. Let our household be a place where we can be honest about our pain without fear, and where your peace acts as the foundation that holds us together when everything else feels like it is falling apart. Father in heaven, give me the wisdom and the focus I need to handle the practicalities of this day. When the fog of sorrow makes it hard to remember simple tasks or to find the energy for my responsibilities, please be my clarity and my strength. I ask that you would guide my words in every conversation, helping me to speak with kindness even when I feel drained. I entrust my work, my finances, and my daily bread to your providence, trusting that you will provide exactly what is necessary for this moment. I do not ask for a week's worth of energy or a month's worth of answers. I only ask for the grace to do the next thing well, and to do it with a heart that is still looking toward you. Help me to find small pockets of rest throughout the hours ahead, and remind me that it is not a sign of weakness to slow down and breathe in your presence. My dear Lord, I ask for a deep healing of my memories, especially those that bring a sharp sting of what might have been. I surrender the what-ifs and the if-onlys that keep my mind trapped in a past I cannot change. Instead of dwelling on the tragedy of the end, help me to dwell on the beauty of the journey and the love that was shared. I ask that you would sanctify my imagination, replacing dark thoughts of loss with the light of your promises. When the enemy of my soul tries to use my grief to make me doubt your goodness, I ask that your Spirit would rise up within me with a quiet, unshakable yes to your sovereign will. I choose to believe that nothing is wasted in your hands, and that even these tears are being kept in your bottle, serving a purpose that I may not yet see, but that I trust is holy and good. My King, I remember the insight of the writer Washington Irving, who once shared that there is a sacredness in tears. They are not the mark of weakness, but of power. They speak more eloquently than 10,000 tongues. They are the messengers of overwhelming grief, of deep contrition, and of unspeakable love. I thank you for this power and for the sacredness of the mourning process. I ask that you would use my tears to wash my soul clean and to make me more sensitive to the hurts of others. I do not want this experience to make me hard or cynical. I want it to make me more like you, the man of sorrows, who was well acquainted with grief. Let my brokenness become a gateway for your compassion to flow into the world, so that my life might eventually become a source of comfort for someone else who will one day walk this same path. Father, I intercede for the souls of those we have lost, entrusting them fully into your infinite mercy and your eternal light. We believe in the communion of saints and the promise that life is changed, not ended. I ask that you would grant them eternal rest and let perpetual light shine upon them. As I carry their memory in my heart, help me to live in a way that honors the best of who they were. I ask for the grace to release any lingering debts of unforgiveness or unresolved tension that remained at the time of their passing. I place all those things into your hands, knowing that your judgment is perfect and your mercy is wider than the sea. Give me the hope of a joyful reunion in your kingdom. where every tear will be wiped away and the shadow of death will be swallowed up in the victory of your resurrection. Our journey together through this morning's prayer is reaching a quiet conclusion, but the dialogue between your heart and the Father never truly has to end. We often feel that our humanity is a burden when we are in pain, yet it is this very fragility that allows us to experience the depth of God's tenderness. You may feel like a small boat on a vast ocean of sorrow today, but remember that the one who calmed the storm is in the boat with you. You don't need to have all the answers or feel better by the time the sun sets. Faith is simply the act of keeping your hand in His while the wind blows. You are doing so much better than you think you are simply by showing up and offering your heart to the Lord. I step into this morning now with a spirit that is anchored in your peace, my dear Lord. I am ready to face whatever the hours bring, because I know that I am walking in your company. I place my hand in yours, trusting that your goodness and mercy are not just behind me, but are going before me to prepare the way. I surrender my fears, my fatigue, and my future into your sacred keeping, and I choose to rest in the assurance that you are God and you are good. I love you, I trust you, and I lean entirely upon your strength for this day. Amen.